Welcome back to another action figure obsession video. It's your old pal Avian and Loaded, and here we have what I think are the 5 most unusual Captain Americas in my collection. I was going to say the most unusual 5 Steve Rogers Captain Americas that I have in my collection, but I make an exception for one of them, and I'll explain why. So these are all Hasbro Marvel Legends. The oldest one is the Wolf Captain America there on the far right, second from last there, next to the kind of military-looking one. Well, there's 2 military-looking ones, so yeah. You know what I mean. The werewolf one is the oldest one. I think he came out in 2014, if I recall correctly. That is the Wolf Captain America, which was from a story in the comics where writer-artist Mark Grunwald had Captain America briefly become a werewolf. I think that it lasted a few issues, and that figure is known as Wolf Cap, but he also did come with a regular Captain America head. This was the standard Captain America head for a while in the Marvel Legends line when I first got back into it. It was reused for the retro Captain America that I think came out in 2017, and that first Marvel Superheroes Vintage Collection retro wave that had Cap and Iron Man and Black Widow and the Punisher and Wolverine and Spider-Man. That was a wonderful wave, that 2017 retro/vintage collection wave. I really regret getting rid of the Captain America that was a repaint of the Wolf Cap one, because that Captain America had a lighter blue, and the scales on his chest. Now these days, they sculpt the scales when they have the scale mail for his chest, sort of chest protector, chest armor kind of idea, which you didn't really see. There were always suggestions of the scale mail in the comics from the time that Cap reappeared in the 60s up until the early 2000s. After 9/11, John Cassaday did drew a run on Captain America. The writing was not very good. John Nay Ryber wrote it, I think, was the guy's name, and it was kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Jingoistic. Rah-rah. I mean, it's understandable in the wake of 9/11 that caused the global trauma heard round the world, unfortunately, for the country. But at that point, Cassaday started drawing intricately every loving detail of, Cap's scale mail armor. And ever since then, artists in the comics have felt kind of obligated, I think, to do that, like they're being lazy if they don't do it. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of that is all digital now, where they just do the scales, in a computer digitally instead of hand drawing them, which I think Cassaday did back 2001, 2002, whenever that run of comics started. But yeah, the retro one that was a repaint of the Wolf Cap, that one had tampography for the scale mail, which is a kind of like they print, sort of stamp it onto the figure, and it looks really good when they do tampography. I like tampography. I'm a big fan of it. I wish they did more of it like they did with the scales on that retro Captain America. And again, I'm sorry that I sold it. I know there's our drinking game. Every time that I tell you that I regret having sold or traded away an action figure, take a drink. You'll be pretty loaded by the end of this one. So